Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here today. And so maybe in continuation, what we have discussed in the panel yesterday, which is the role of knowledge in AI today, I would like to introduce and to talk about a specific problem which is very important in the so-called data preparation phase, before analysis if you want, but in very many aspects of data and knowledge management, which is entity resolution, specifically in a context when we use ontologies and when we want to make query answering, so compute answers to queries. So essentially, the problem of entity resolution is the problem of recognizing different manifestations or representation of the same real-world object, which is a very long-standing problem in data management. Well, I say real-world object, you might say real-world entities. For a while, we can treat this as a synonym somehow. And this is a particularly complex problem because in different contexts, the same entity of the real world may be identified or characterized in different ways. This is an example. I don't know whether you can, for sure you cannot read the identifier, but a very stupid example, taking the entity New York as it is identified in the Wikidata ambit and in DBpedia. So we have two different URI that are used to identify the same concept. And of course, there are numerous cases like this in different databases, on different data sets, and so on. But also, the problem is amplified by the fact that there are individuals, objects in general, that are different but have the same name. So here there is an example of Michael Jordan. Maybe it's a very common name in the US, I don't know. But there are at least 3 possibilities when you read Michael Jordan and you don't have additional information. And of course, there are other many issues that can cause and can make this problem very challenging. There might be errors in data entry. There might be missing values or the use of abbreviation of encodings. And so understanding that two pieces of the information, in principle, different pieces of information refer to the same entity or two identifiers are denoting the same entity is typically a very complex task. And here is, of course, a non-complete list of contexts in which this problem is very relevant, starting from relational databases to data integration or data federation.